Hello, everybody. Very good afternoon to you. It's good to be here again. Once again, thank you very much. I hope you had a great weekend and you are refreshed, fully aware and ready for what is obtainable in the market. Thank you very much for joining from wherever you are. Really, you are appreciated for another moment like this when we gather to discuss stocks, opportunities in the capital markets, both in the Nigerian exchange and, of course, in the U.S. market. A lot is going on already in the Nigerian market with all sorts of results flying out from left, right, and center. We will go through all of that today yet again and see if there are opportunities for us to take a dive into some of these stocks and, of course, see how well your portfolio is coming along with the results being released. Our aim is to make sure that we are investing smartly, following performances of stocks and not just hype in the market. We are very much aware that there is going to be a lot of hype in the market and only a matter of time before hyped up stocks begins to suffer any form of setbacks. Thank you very much from wherever you are joining. Really appreciate you for your tenacity in building wealth. Hopefully, we will build together continually for as long as you are interested. So you know how we do it. Go ahead to start liking throughout the entire 2 hours of our live session. Keep liking and sharing the live session. And then, of course, if you are on a platform that supports giving gifts like TikTok, go ahead and give gifts, because all of those screen actions will eventually lead to many more others joining us to partake of the investment intelligence being shared here. Real-time trading is going on the stock exchange in Nigeria. We will go through all of that. And while we are at that, we will also take a look at some US stocks in the course of the live session. Now, I will go ahead to give us a little bit of market news and insights, information, and what have you. And then after that, we will go on to take your comments. But first, you may be wondering, joining for the first time, who is this? Well, let me introduce myself. I am your wealth creation enthusiast with a passion for building wealth by helping individuals and organizations to grow their personal and corporate net worth through investing in the stock markets. Thank you very much. And I think that will do as we make progress on to news in the market regarding developments as regards last week's trading, weekly market wrap-up. I'll call it the all-share index of the Nigerian Stock Exchange jumped 2.18% as all sectors advanced. Industrial goods leads the pack. And of course, if you take a good look, you will see that at the week starting at 131,585 points, the all-share index rose by 2.18% to about 134,452, inching closer to the 135,000 mark, despite a drop in trading volume. You know, a lot of stocks ascended, and eventually that led to some profit taking that went on. But the market still didn't experience any form of decline in the all-share index. That means interest continues to be strong and renewed. Hopefully this week, the all-share index will touch the 135,000 mark. Trading volume dropped actually to about 3.6 billion for the week from the 5.9 billion Now, if you are listening over in on YouTube, please confirm to me that volume has been restored over there so that we can make continuous progress. And unhindered, hitch-free transmission continues. Okay? My Facebook family, never worry. We have everything under control these days. Everything has been observed and is being taken care of. Just confirm to me if volume has improved on YouTube right now. And if it has, then we continue our progression in this live session. All right. Waiting for your feedback while I take comments from elsewhere. Coach, talk about Jaiz Bank, please. Should we buy? Fancy nails. Jaiz has always been a stock I mentioned several times until it became a 3 naira stock from under 3. And then even at 315, 320, I kept saying Jaiz is okay. But let me see what happens. As a matter of fact, the results of Jaiz regarding the full year result that was recently released has been very impressive. And so there is no fear. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Jaiz 4 naira 8 kobo as we speak, right? People are making money already on these stocks before our very eyes. So suddenly Jaiz Bank leaves the 3 naira region and jumps above 4, and I'm seeing a lot of bids close to over 2.2 million bids at 4 naira and upwards. So we watch to see. Only 5 million shares have been traded, meaning there is a chance for Jaiz to stay up at 4. If the selling pressure does not increase on Jaiz, then we are most likely going to see Jaiz staying and consolidating above 4 naira per share. So it's interesting to note that Jaiz has finally climbed up. Well, if you see it around anything near 3, still no sound on YouTube. This is seriously a problem right now because I do not understand. After everything has been done to ensure that this thing works perfectly, we are still having the same challenges. Is it that there is a bit of restriction on YouTube? I do not know. I'm beginning to wonder. Just like Maobi mentioned the other time, but we would not want to be distracted by all of that at this point because the YouTube transmission is actually being recorded on desktop format. So should the sound not be good enough till we conclude, then we will have no other choice but to proceed with downloading that recorded version for upload so you can have a hitch-free transmission. So YouTube will keep trying to see how sound, the audio improves from here. I think some of these sites that has videos are interfering with it, so I'm going to shut them down now so that we will not have all of those confusion that comes along with this. Okay, let's see how it goes right now at this point. Hopefully it gets better. YouTube family, please stay the course. It's restored now, right? Fantastic. Thank you very much, Sophia, for that very quick response. And Pamela John, really, really appreciate you. Muhammad Grema, appreciate you all. Thank you very much. Together, we'll make these things work. So please just let me know every time there is a confusion about sound wherever you are listening from, so we deal with it. Which stock can I buy today with 90,000 naira? Simply on us. Simply on us, you want to look for some good penny stocks before our very eyes. Jaiz, this is really impressive, interesting, and I'm really glad for everyone who bought in to Jaiz when I kept announcing at 2 naira 70, 2 naira 45, and 3 naira 10, 3, 15, 3, 20. Okay, we are making money together this year. Now go ahead. Let's see some of the penny stocks that you can take position in. Interestingly, Academy Press is now 10 naira 20 kobo. Wow, amazing, isn't it? 1.5 million bids versus 886,000 shares. I was trying to check for any of the good penny stocks like Qtix and Charms with 80,000. That would be a good purchase if you ask me. All right, Charms is at 303. Okay, it survived and stayed above 3 or at 3 throughout Friday after much threat of bringing it down. Ella Lakes is down to 8 naira 85 kobo. Let's see what the bid and offer status is like. 13 million offers versus 1.9 million bids. So the supplies are coming in thick and fast right now. Hi, coach. Please, Atlas is not responding to my application over 2 weeks ago. That's a lot of time. And it would be nice to come here and check on Atlas if they are in the house. I will just advise you quickly send in your complaints so they can deal with it. 1 hour into the live session, we will proceed to talk about taking your calls. But for now, we can't do much. I want to congratulate everybody. Talking about Port Harcourt subgroup of the Net Worth Investors Club. So for the information of everybody, Port Harcourt subgroup has successfully elected the leadership of that subgroup. So every activity in Port Harcourt is going to be organized and hosted by the executive team of the subgroup. So they will be announced to the main house on Discord, and also to inform us that we are now over 2,800 members on Net Worth Investors Club on Discord app. We are really making serious growth and impact already, and I hope that also transmits into your portfolios, doing very well as expected. This race is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So stay comfortable and let's do it together patiently. Dream Chaser. Okay, I was still trying to mention some penny stocks for the person with 8K or 80,000. I would like to also inform us, anybody else who is interested in buying penny stocks should take a look at, apart from Charms and QTix, maybe you want to consider UPDC. Let me see how much it is, as long as it hasn't gone too far. UPDC is at 494, okay, down from 5. Sometimes you want to also wait, as far as these penny stocks are concerned, you want to wait and see how they are doing regarding their half-year results. Not too late, so the fear of missing out should not catch up with you and to rob you of an opportunity to buy cheaper or to have a clue what the financial report is regarding half-year performance of these stocks. Okay, all right. We go ahead to the next question. Coach, please talk about Dangote Cement recent news. Which is the recent news? That he has stepped down. Aliko Dangote has stepped down as chairman of Dangote Cement, and he has installed another very long-time board member as chairman of the group. Remember, was it in June or so? He stepped down as chairman of the sugar refinery, and it's actually a good news and complies with international best practices of transparency and good corporate governance, where he has also shown that indeed succession plan can really work, especially for a very, very big business like the Dangote group itself. So we are seeing a progressive withdrawal of the brain behind the entire group, and it shows that there are capable hands also that he can trust to take over the business. Now, it will interest you to know that he still has a whole lot to look after, because if you ask me, the fertilizer plant, the petrochemical plant, apart from the refinery, there is so much on his plate already. And everyone should be rest assured that the fact that Dangote himself has found a way to get successors to man very sensitive positions like the chairmanship of both the refinery and the cement, then it means that succession plan is in perfect order. And of course, it can only get better, because now the distractions that he may have been used to dealing with will be minimized for those two companies, and then they will keep flying. Remember, Dangote Sugar Refinery, he brought in a former MD of EcoBank, who has been a board member for over 10 years in the Dangote group. So these are not strangers that are coming over to take. And of course, he's still firmly involved in the Dangote group itself. So he will look at the other pies and then see what he can do, steering the entire group continually. So no cause for alarm. Rather, you should even be happier and more relaxed. If you ask me, that's my opinion. Let's be informed also that the views and the opinions shared here are completely mine and personal. Therefore, they are not financial advice. you are advised to do your due diligence. No matter what I say about any stock, no ill feelings, just do your due diligence. Even stockbrokers that have been mentioned, do your due diligence and make sure that you are taking note, because you are the CEO of your portfolio and you make up your mind. YouTube has volume now. Thank you very much, Ben Gold. I'm new here. I am interested in investing. I need guidance, sir. Okay, that's coming from my Hange Poultry and Farms. Okay, first things first, for everyone who has joined for the first time and perhaps are new, this is for you. So you do not need to ask that question anymore. First things, we discuss investing in stocks because we have come to realize that wealth cannot be built by salary or business profit or income alone. You have to find another way to make money work for you. And so we get our followers to invest part of their earnings regularly as a lifestyle, that by so doing you build wealth and make money work for you even when you stop working. So most of us have already built our retirement plan and are chasing it. Some of us have already retired from actively getting involved in business because over time we have built wealth using the stock market and following the fundamental principles of doing that, while also exchanging sometimes the adrenaline rush of trading some stocks. So we try to look for businesses that are good enough to give us value over time, and then we invest. So we buy stocks on the Nigerian Stock Exchange and on the foreign stock market, like the US market as well. All you need first off is to register and open a brokerage account with your stockbroker. I say this as my personal saying, perhaps it's my personal quote. One day I'll put my quotes together in the form of a publication. And I said this humorously. It came to me, I've never heard it before, and it goes this way. I said, if you have a bank account and still do not have a brokerage account, something is wrong with your wealth equation. You know, for mathematics and science majors, you understand when something is wrong with a formula, right? There is nothing you will do from now till tomorrow to get the correct answer, so long as something is missing in the formula or in the equation. So that's it. You want to build wealth? Bank account is not enough. There has to be a brokerage account so that money is growing quantumly. So no two individuals can come together to buy and sell shares, stocks for themselves. So you need a stockbroker as an intermediary, just like you need a bank to hold your bank, a bank account to hold your cash, right? So that's the way stocks work. So you buy and sell company stocks for the purpose of growing the money based on the fact that they are in production or rendering services that brings value back to the shareholders that owns it. So when you buy a stock, you have bought actually a portion of a company that exists. And so at the end of the financial year, they will go through their reports, put and then come together to give what you call dividends in the form of cash to shareholders based on the number of shares you have. So for the rest of your life, as long as the company shares remain unsold by you and the company still continues to do business and are in profit, they will keep paying out dividends. Please, Diaspora brokerage platforms, Algi. If you are in the Diaspora watching right now, I will advise that you DM me on Instagram at Wealth Coach Omiete. Check through all my Linktree links on my bio. You will see my Instagram link there. Just tap on the Instagram icon to take you to my page. Then you DM me, follow and DM, asking for link to open your brokerage account from anywhere you are in the world. These days, a lot of stockbrokers have now progressed into making sure that you get online access to the market. So it's important that you make sure you are using a stock brokerage firm that gives you online access, so you can do everything, open your account from wherever you are, access it any time of the day, and of course, execute your trades yourself. As long as you have a Nigerian bank account under your control, that's it. Because in the end, what we do here, nobody takes money from you to invest. So please do not fall victim. It's a do-it-yourself community or club, if you like, Net Worth Investors Club, like I said earlier, We are over 2,800 members now on Discord, and there are a lot of Nigerians in the diaspora and Nigerians in Nigeria, and a few foreigners because of the foreign stock market analysis that we do. You know, those foreigners actually joined through my Threads channel or my Threads handle, where I used to basically just concentrate on foreign stocks. But now, most of the things I do, I publish on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and all of that, apart from those that are not video contents, okay? All right, so basically, you are here to grow your net worth. That's why we're called Net Worth Investors Club, not Net Worth Investment. So if you want to join Net Worth Investors Club as well, just follow me on Instagram as well. Send me a DM requesting the link to join Net Worth Investors Club, okay? And then you will get the link to join us. So that's the way we operate here, trying to build our net worth. And excitingly, last week, someone from the diaspora as well sent me a message which I published on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads, and including Facebook. And he said that he has crossed his 100 million naira net worth, something he never imagined was possible, having been a diaspora Nigerian for several years. It was so impressive. And just yesterday, I saw another comment following up with the other statement that he is already 40% into his goal of 100 million. He's also a medical practitioner abroad and has been following the instructions and the tips being shared here. He said specifically he's already up to 41 million and he intends to hit his target by the end of this year. So you want to challenge yourself. No matter where you're starting from, it must not be 100 million. I'm here to help you hit your first 1 million, if you like, no matter where you're starting from, or your first 500,000. And then some, they are around the 500 million range, never hit 1 billion. Listen, all things are possible. Wealth is actually built by leverage and not by labor. So you don't need to labor to get wealth. You can't work all your life to raise 100 million. It's impossible, especially if you are in Nigeria, because by the time you spend, the cost of living, of course, will clear out whatever you already have. So what we're trying to do is fight the twin enemies of man as far as his economic well-being is concerned, which is devaluation and inflation. Okay? A lot of diasporans have been worried about how sensible it is to sell their foreign currency to buy naira, considering the fact that the naira always gets devalued. But we have proven over time, several times over, that you can make a lot of money in the Nigerian stock market and still, no matter how poorly the naira does against the dollar, still make much more money after converting it. Just give it 3 to 5 years in the Nigerian market. All of that is happening before our very eyes. So let me go on to Pamela John. Says, Coach, which stock can I buy? I have 1.6 million I want to use for business, hopefully beginning of next year. I need your advice on which to buy, sir. Thank you, Pamela John. Best time to sell whatever you're going to buy will be February or January, so that the money is very much available and at its peak when stock prices are rising through the roof. Now, what stock to buy? Well, I have mentioned a lot of stocks that will do you well, if you ask me. And so, first off, we go on to check a stock like UACN. Let me check it, take a look. Well, what is this? UACN has catapulted to 60 naira per share and is now on full bid. Goodness gracious. Some of you bought UACN 15 naira last week and then it got to 54 naira. Now, what do we have? 60 naira per share. Isn't this amazing already? My goodness. Gracious God. What is going on here? UACN full bid, 3.1 million shares. Oh my God. How can I celebrate all of you who are doing pretty fantastic with these recommendations? You see why it's important that you pay attention to stocks that are performing, because if you notice now, the stocks that are not doing well with poor results are going to get punished continually. That's what I am seeing that is already happening, right? I do not want to mention any stock particularly because I am not against any. But what we are looking for is results. If you do well, the market will oh, Dalucia says I got at 33. You see that? You are almost 100% up already. Come on now. There's no better place to find yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, this thing continues to get even more and more interesting, right? Is UPDC PLC a good stock to buy considering 4 to 5 years? Of course, Chika, it is. In fact, under 4 naira, that's a very good, under 5 naira, that's a very good opportunity if you will just stay the course. A lot of people have this problem of buying stocks and then with the intent of holding it for the long term, only to eventually end up jumping out of it because of excitement elsewhere. If you are buying a stock for any specific reason, stay in that stock and hold tight. That's my genuine advice to anybody, because jumping from one stock to the other every now and then doesn't give you any much compared to those who stay long in any stock or in the market. I bought UACN at 42 when you first recommended it roughly a month ago. Dr. Newton, 42, well, 1 month ago, you are already nearly 20 naira per share up. This is really interesting. And that was not the first time I recommended UACN. For those who have been following me for 3 years, I've been recommending UACN at 7 naira, at 12 naira, at 15, up till November, at 20, 19, 25, 30, 33, even 50. And here we are, 60 naira. Up till last week, I was mentioning UACN 50 naira per share. Go ahead and buy. But what do we have? 60 naira full bid. Ella Lakes is tumbling 8 naira 85 kobo, losing 95 kobo. At the moment, we never know whether it is one of those reverse psychology going on there, but time shall tell. Interestingly, Okomo has crossed 1,000 naira. I do not know if a 100,000 block transaction has been done, but that's a cause to a stock to watch. Closing 998 naira last week, Friday. I knew it was going to hit 1,000, considering the fact that they have announced a 30 kobo dividend, interim dividend, surprising the market suddenly. And of course, that's enough to push it beyond 1,000. And here we are, 1,025 naira per share. Whether it closes at that price or not, time will tell. Okay? Keep your comments coming in. Please, coach, which US stock is a very good buy today for medium-term growth? Well, the stocks I mentioned are still okay, if you ask me. Talking about Uber. Let's see how much Uber is. Uber offers very good prospects going forward, especially long-term prospects. I will find another way to also make my US stocks watch list accessible during the live session, so I can be able to easily refer to them. Uber, let's see how much Uber is in pre-market and how much it closed on Friday. Remember, I mentioned that Uber will be good at 89, 90, and so on. Well, it closed 91.29 on Friday, not still too far. Remember, Uber set an all-time high record of $97 per share before dipping. You know, like I said, if you have been a part of this live session, you would have gotten used to the fact that every time a stock makes a great move upwards, there is surely going to be a retreat. And so Uber retreated from $97 per share, which is an all-time high for that stock, and eventually is currently at 91. Okay, in the last 5 days, it's lost just 0.2%. So it's really reluctant to lose. In fact, in the last 1 month, it has stagnated and refused to lose. 0.88% is what it has lost. But if you check the last 6 months, Uber has done 33.6%. This is one long-term stock you should have. Year to date, from January till date, it's done 46% gain. Okay, so keep your eyes on Uber, take position there. I have done that. If you want to know also, that's the situation with that. And then I also mentioned NEO. NEO, interestingly, dropped below 5 again, which is another opportunity for speculators to get in there. NEO particularly is too cheap for that price, and it looks like the market is beginning to recognize that. It closed at $4.92 on Friday, and in pre-market now it's at $4.95, another opportunity to bag NEO, enough NEO for the very long term, because the company is not going to go out of business yet. They are the Chinese version of Tesla, but it will take time for them to recover from all of the highs that they recorded some time ago, say 5 years ago or thereabouts. But as we speak now, NEO is on the path of recovery in terms of share price, because a progressive 43% gain in the last 1 month, and then the last 5 days 5%, shows that there is some good upside coming along the way for NEO. By the way, if you go through their finances, they are actually negative net income of -3, or net loss of $3 billion. But that's from a revenue of $9 billion, and their basic earnings per share, it's a loss of $1.63. So you want to have this at the back of your mind, that it's not all rosy for NEO at the moment, but this is a result of why the stock price is, this is the reason for the stock price being as low as it is. This NEO actually made a lot of money from it. A lot of people didn't know that it's been about 7 years since I started trading the US stock market. 7 years. As for the Nigerian market, 27 years in the Nigerian market. So I bought NEO, what am I referring to? I bought NEO as one of the stocks during, I think, around that COVID season, at $7 per share. Then it rose to about $14, 9 and 14. I bought more, and then I watched NEO rise to $42 and sold. Yes, at that time, the only fintech app that could get you trade foreign stocks from Nigeria was Trove. So those transactions were done on Trove. In fact, Trove was my first fintech app that I used to buy stocks from Nigeria, before I went and got Trading 212, which does not accept Nigerian accounts, by the way. Okay, so on to more of your comments. By 1 p.m., the lines will be open on TikTok, so you can call in for us to continue our progress. Enjoy Mercy says, Coach, which stock can I buy today with 250K? Fidelity is still looking good at 21 when you consider the fact that Wema Bank is at 1950. Interesting, isn't it? So we go on to Fidelity and see how much it is now. You may proceed with a stock like Fidelity, and then First Bank is still looking attractive. I'll tell you something tomorrow. If you remind me early enough, I will bring my contract note for First Bank shares that I bought many years ago and sold at 30 naira per share. Can you imagine? The same First Bank is still within that range up till now. I understand most of the reason is because of the several recapitalization by banks, and therefore the continuous dilution of shares. But again, to just remember that First Bank, I sold at 30, I can still buy at 35 or something like that up till this moment after several years, tells me that there are some unlocked values that must be eventually tapped into and accessed if you like. Okay, with the reforms going on in First Bank, I'm very sure that a lot is going to happen. Can you imagine? Mansard Insurance is not relenting from 12 naira 50 kobo to 13 naira 10 kobo. UPDC REIT, full bid. Wow, that one I thought that will be a bit slow from 5 to 6, and now full bid at 9 naira 45 kobo. Wow. Whoever had the patience and the courage to buy UPDC REIT at 7, at 6, and at 590, congratulations. It's already 9 naira 45 kobo on full bid. You see, there are silent money makers, just that the bids are not always too much. I don't know, perhaps maybe because it's on REIT board and not easily seen. But then, wherever you are connected from, as long as you have it, congratulations, because that stock is going fantastic. Coach, what do you think of NASCON? NASCON is having a breather after jumping all the way from 60-something to 80-something naira per share. So the stock market never moves on a straight line, so you need to be very, very careful with your expectations. Please, let's not be too expectant, but let's, of course, still stay the course, knowing that money is easy to make, if you know what you are doing. Guinness is back again at 117. This is to say, perhaps there was no block transaction the last time, and so Guinness is on full bid at 117 again. Hi, coach. Good morning, sir. Please, what price can I buy Fidelity Bank? Okay. Fidelity, let's see how much it is. I was going to check that. 21 naira 10 kobo. It's looking interesting, isn't it? From 21.20 of yesterday to 21.10, and that's because there are 32 million bids, offers, versus just 7 million. So maybe a major money bag is selling off, who knows? You just somebody is piling in into Fidelity right now. 21 naira 20 kobo. There are still offers of up to 245,000 at 21 naira 20 kobo. Interesting. Well, we will come back to this in a couple of months, and I will remind you how I was pleading for you to get a Fidelity Bank at that price. There is no reason why, based on the earnings per share and basically financial performances of Fidelity and Wema, that Wema should be at 19 already and Fidelity is still at 21. Remember, this Fidelity, some people bought at 19. And then, of course, there was a dip when a court judgment was pronounced against them, and it dipped to 17. So it's already 21 now. We'll see how it goes. QTix is down by 30 kobo alone, now at 3 naira 80 kobo per share. Coach, any insights on margin trading and how to use it to accelerate wealth? Well, I do not want to get into that because a lot of people are still very young and new into this, and that will cause them a whole lot of problems if they don't get themselves established very well. Besides, not all brokers offer margin trades, so you want to be sure that your broker offers that before you proceed. The law says, hi coach, good morning sir, please, what price can I buy Fidelity? Okay, I've responded to that. Let's see what questions are still pending on Instagram. Good afternoon, coach. How much do you think we can bid for Charms considering the bid and offer status for today? Charms was available at 3, but it looks like it's receiving some form of attention now. 3 naira 10 kobo already. Yes, okay. Someone has sold at 304. 14 million bids. So Charms is really having some reasonable activity there. If you like, bid at 303 or 304. In fact, at this point, you can buy at 304 because there are about 96,000 offers at 304. Coach, can we buy shares on apps like Optimus, Bamboo, Afrinvest, Green Digital Agency? Feel free to buy from anywhere you are comfortable with. There's no law against those apps. As long as you are happy with the details, the service that is being rendered, you have no problems. I do not want to appear as though I have anything against any brokerage firm. Neither do I have any contract tying me down to keep recommending Atlas portfolios. You've got to sometimes do your due diligence and then decide for yourself. Coach, please, foreign stocks recommendations for long term. I have $1,000, but I've just mentioned Uber. That's a fantastic long-term project. Please, how do I track my ETI shares that I bought since 2018? Well, some word, what you need to do is engage with a broker. If you bought during public offer, then you want to go ahead and engage a broker to buy those, to recover those stocks. They will do a global search for you, and then you will have it in your account. But it is after you have opened an account with them that will be possible. Christy Kindoli. Good afternoon, coach, and thanks for the selfless job you are doing. Is it advisable to buy Academy Press at current price due to bonus of 145? Oh, wow. Our Academy is actually doing 145 bonus. Oh, that's by way of information. Can you imagine that? If that is correct, wonderful, and congratulations to everybody. The point now is it's already 10 naira 20 kobo, something I recommended at 5 naira 10 kobo. It's not been up to 2 months when I did that recommendation. I even published it on my Instagram handle. Wow, awesome. We're making money this year. I said it in January, and it's playing out before our very eyes. Interesting, isn't it? Okay, on to other comments. Triple G and Aruti Briscoe is on full beat now. Oh, really? My baby Aruti Briscoe, are you serious? What's the take? Is there news behind the scene? Let me go and check to see for myself, just in case it's just a flash in the pan. Aruti Briscoe closed at 3 naira 58 kobo on Friday, now 3.75. Okay, it's no longer on full bid. This is what you continue to experience, up and down before it will eventually climb to 4. We know all these things, we are used to this. So there are 1.6 million bids right now for Aruti, offers for Aruti Briscoe versus 2.3 million bids. 1.6 million offers, 2.3 million bids. So we see how it goes. Perhaps there was a serious supply at 3 naira 91 kobo and 1.6 million supply. All right, for me, we will be here and we'll watch Aruti Briscoe hit 5 and hit 10, and then we'll come back to this story. In any case, this is not an investment advice. Please do your due diligence. I saw something regarding the result of livestock feeds that you may want to know about. It didn't do fantastic. The result is not looking great. Let me see how the stock is behaving as a result. Okay, the stock price has dropped. Please take note. Livestock feeds result was not really fantastic from what I saw, and now looks like the market has gotten wind of it and is now reacting against the stock. From 9 naira, which is closed on Friday, it's now 8 naira 50 kobo, but anything can still happen. Okay, anything can still happen. You never know. You just keep your eyes focused and stay calm, especially those who bought livestock when I first mentioned it at 3 naira 72 kobo. That was in November, December. 3 naira 72 kobo. So at 8 naira 50, not bad. Just wait and see what happens. Okay, FTN cocoa, if you don't come out with a good result, the market may punish you as well. It closed at 7 naira 24 kobo on Friday. It's now at 7 naira. 7 million offers against 4.3 million bids. That's the situation with FTN cocoa. All right, keep the comments coming in. Livestock will definitely not be a good play, does it? Coach, you want to talk about enamel wear stock on Friday, but later skipped it. Yes, I went further to check and saw that enamel wear does not have the perfect liquidity for me. And then, of course, I think I didn't see a fantastic performance in the results. So it could have just been a flash, whatever made the stock price rise. Let's see how much enamel wear is in the market. $27 naira, I saw that it was not even justified, the stock price. I wasn't really satisfied, so I just didn't bother myself. You see, liquidity, very poor. You've got to be careful with illiquid stocks because you could get stuck in it no matter how much the price jumps. If you jump in there and then you want to sell, you will find that there are no buyers. 91,000 bids for enamel wear and 58,000 offers. That's what it is. Just 58,000 shares on offer, 91,000 bids. And after almost 3 hours of trading on the stock exchange, only 32,000 shares have been traded. Everyone needs to be careful and get these little bits of lessons that you will not find in social media posts. You know, there are a lot of posts about stocks and all that, how the people are making money and investing in this and that. Please be careful what you are buying so you don't get stuck. You want to invest in very liquid stocks, meaning liquidity simply means the volume of trades that happens on a daily basis, they are very good enough for you to offload when you want so you can have money. That's the reason why, in the first place, I prefer stocks to real estate because of liquidity. I want to be very flexible with my money because I prefer to flip my money as much as I want. And maybe real estate is not the thing for me. It may be working for others, but you should not be a billionaire and yet still struggle to find 10 million to sort out any emergency need. Okay? All right. So that's my thinking. MTN Looks like it has busted through the 400 naira per share mark. From what I'm seeing, we wait to see how that goes on. Sixtus Amadi says, good afternoon. I purchased Academic Press stock last week when it was 8 naira 10 kobo, but today it's 10 naira 19. I want to confirm whether this stock is for long-term or short-term investment. Sixtus, maybe long-term. I'm hearing now that they are giving a bonus. I haven't really confirmed. And if they are giving a 1 for 5 bonus, you want to stay on there because it's a very good, fundamentally sound stock. And you should not, a lot of times we try to jump from one stock to the other. That's not how to play the stock market game. The biggest gain is in sitting there and collecting everything. For instance, some people are jumping out of VFD, having collected the bonus. The bonus shares, I look at my VFD bonus shares and I'm like, wow, look at the amount. And all of this for free? Come on now. You do not deserve to be sold. Sit down there and continue to grow. Before you know it, what they gave you for free will now become what, 10 million, 20 million, right? So stay and milk those stocks as much as possible, especially those that have been identified to have very fantastic fundamentals. And if you ask me, don't be afraid of bonus shares, because especially the kind of bonus they have declared is not the type that would depreciate, eat up the stock price. 1 for 5. That's a very, very, very tiny ratio. And if VFD gave 5 for 1 and survived, QTix gave 1 for 1 and survived, United Capital gave 2 for 1 and survived, then 1 for 5 is just too small to be scared whether or not the stock is going to be too much diluted. Okay? All right. So, congratulations to holders of Academic Press. But if you feel like, wow, 10 naira from nowhere, just last week, you said last week, right? Last week, yes. It even traded at 7 naira 70 kobo last week. And then I was making the commentary and saying, look at this. From what I'm saying, I think the initial pullback from 9 naira is done with Academic Press, and it could just be flying back up. What do we have? Boom, 10 naira plus today. Prosper Come says, Coach, please, can I buy TIP at 16? TIP has to return to from that high that it went. What I noticed this morning was that some sellers were strategically offloading their TIP and trying to make sure and trying to make it look like it is still scarce. But those things will not last long. There are 2 million offers for TIP right now, and I have pity for those. Should I have a pity for those who bought at 17? Okay, 17.74, because the stock price has continually risen high, was going higher and higher and higher. That's not a time to buy a stock, right? It will now go through a phase of consolidation. The people who bought at 14 and 12 will now be restless because the bids are mounting, and because they put in short-term funds. What they will be trying to do now is to sell gradually so that they recover the money that they use to trade for short-term. So you want to stay a bit patient and watch what happens. Just keep an eye on the supply, bid and offer. Current bid status is 687,000 versus 2.3 million offers. That's a lot to cover. Okay, so you just keep your eyes and stay very strategic. Do not rush. Even if you are buying, don't go in there and throw in bids at 16 naira 50 kobo, 10 million bids. You are only going to continue to drive the price up to your own detriment, because when they finish offloading on you, you will not see those bids again, and then you will see offers all over the place. Nobody's buying anymore. So you have to also be very, very strategic in your approach, and do not be a novice, especially when you have access to bid and offer status as I share on a daily basis. Okay? All right. Can I buy NEO for a short term, say 6 months, have $2,000? I can't see your name, but of course, NEO is actually a speculative one, and it's not like they are not in business. Neo has seen it all, and they will just do a comeback. You just watch and see. Coach, your daily trades on those US stocks, you don't identify whether we are to buy or sell them. Be careful with that. That's not for everybody. Thomas, those are day trade stocks for sharp shooters who are experienced day traders. They do scalping and all sorts of things. So you don't want to just jump in there and stay, because first of all, you need to also be sure that the platform you are using will allow you to day trade. For instance, Bamboo does not allow day trading. If you buy today, you can't sell today. You will violate their rules. So you have to take note of that before you go jump into those things. Those things, I was doing that from Threads, where most of those foreigners who follow me got along with me from. And that's why you don't jump into that. I always recommend swing trading, because no matter how long it takes, no matter the restrictions, you can always profit from swing trading, because it gives you time to wait for the stock to gain and then you sell. Okay, I bought UPDC at 4 naira 64 kobo. Interesting. Coach, good afternoon, sir. When will Zenith Bank and UBA Bank declare their initial dividend this year? Joel, interim dividend, that's what it's called. It's always declared around September and then paid in October. Good afternoon, Coach. What's the best price to jump into ROT Briscoe? Let me go and see again. There were a few supplies that were almost going to be sold off. We'll see how it goes. ROT Briscoe. Just a minute. Okay. Wow. Why is RT Briscoe just rising this fast? Well, if you are patient, you may see it at 3.75, but currently it's at 3.91. There are 4 million bids versus 1.7 million offers, meaning RT Briscoe is actually almost going back into full bid from what I'm seeing here. The highest bid is 375, but I don't know how that will survive with 391, the last traded price. So maybe you should just stay patient at 375, just in case someone is in a hurry to sell. Mutual Benefit Assurance is bouncing even higher, 1 naira 67 kobo. Interesting, isn't it? All right. Coach, is Dangote Cement good to buy now? Sir Wisdom, absolutely. Dangote Cement did perfectly well. I know a lot of people will be having hesitation because of the price, but we know how these stocks behave. Before you know it, boom. So it's a good stock if you can buy it under 500. At least it's still selling under 500 comfortably. So there's no rush. In fact, I don't know why they are offloading Dangote Cement. 2 million shares versus, that's on offer, versus 463,000 bidded for. So you want to stay patient and buy as low as possible. Maybe 494 naira or 490 naira. What price are we getting C&I leasing today? Okay, let's go ahead to check on C&I leasing. That's coming from official Mobos. C&I 7 naira 10 kobo. Wow, that's low. What happened? Is the result out? I'm sure the result is not out. The bids are even more. So why is it trading lower than Friday's closing price? Well, opportunity to buy. Somebody bidded is offering at 7 naira 10 kobo, not knowing that there are 6 million bids versus 2.2 million offers. So sometimes that individual may just be bidding from somewhere he cannot see all of this information that we are sharing here. Good afternoon, sir. Can I buy Tantalizer now? For me, they have milked Tantalizers, and I do not see a reason why you should be hopping into that stock now if you are not seeing financial reports. Okay, so I'm going through to check what the status is for Tantalizers. Maybe another round of upward movement has come. Goodness me. Tantalizers full bid, 20 million shares. That's one thing with tantalizers. In fact, tantalizer, Ella Lakes, where are these stocks now? They are the meme stocks of Omatech. They are the meme stocks of the NGX. UPDC is up to 5 naira. Goodness gracious. A lot is going on. Sometimes, if you want to strike without delay. That's what I'm seeing here. For your information also, United Capital has announced an interim dividend of about 30 kobo per share, which is fair considering the heavy dilution of their shares, even though the stock price has dropped to 20 naira 30 kobo from 21.10. It closed on Friday. MTN is releasing its financial report today, and the price is already flying. Is it too late to buy? At what price, please? Thank you, sir. Gladys, I am not sure if you should buy MTN at the price it is selling for now, because it just jumped above 400 and has been really on rampage. 1.3 billion naira has been spent buying MTN. What if the result comes out? The result is going to be good, because of those foreign exchange losses will not be repeating themselves anymore. So expect a good result, but 415, unless you are staying for the very long term. I saw this at 300 and something, and I said it will still go higher. This was a stock selling for 170 naira just 8 months ago. Now 415. Well, if you are taking a long position, that you can go in. The bids are 1.1 million. The offers 614,000. Well, somebody has sold at 411 naira, bringing it down a little bit, but it closed at 400 on Friday. Coach, please recommend foreign stocks. Okay, I've mentioned that. Is Vitafoam a good buy under 80 naira? I am thinking it should be. The result is also out, but I couldn't go through it before coming on live, right? And then the print is so small. I would have loved to see the group performance. Yeah. Vitafoam group performance for 2024 9 months was... Okay. 9 months up to June 2025, Vitafoam made 6 naira 97 kobo. If you compare that to the 9 months up to June 2024, Vitafoam was making 2 naira 63 kobo loss. So from a loss making 2 naira 63 loss to a profit making 6 naira 97 kobo. So you have to recover the 2 naira loss and come back to 0 and still add up to 6 naira. That's a fantastic performance, if you ask me. But 3 months, that's 3 months to June, that's where the difference is. 206, 2 naira 6 kobo earnings per share for 3 months to 2024 versus 2025, 195 kobo. Okay. So that's for the group. I'll still need to take a better look at it. I also thought that they might just be announcing a bonus. We're waiting to hear. If that happens, 18 naira is fair, especially if they go ahead to pay a much more reasonable dividend than they have always done before now. All right? Coach, good day, sir. Please, when will Aradel pay their interim dividend? Towards September, October as well. Aradel should be paying interim dividend about that time. All right? Okay. Keep your questions and comments coming in on all platforms, and I'll be glad to receive and respond. Good day, Coach. What is your take on Sterling Financial? Sterling Financial Holdings, I've always known it's not a very strong, when compared to the others. I basically cannot be in every stock. For me, I decided to stay away from a stock like that, not because it's too bad, but if you feel it's attractive because of the price, then you can take a long-term position if you like. Okay, Sterling Financials, I'll go through now. 6 naira 60 kobo, it closed on Friday. It's still around 6 naira 60 kobo, 5.6 million bids versus 5.3 million offers. All right? Okay. Is Aiko and Champs worth buying? Forte Travels. I wish you bought last week because I saw Champs selling at 2 naira 96 kobo or so. It dropped very low last week, but what do we have now? Champs is receiving a bit of attention as we speak. 3 naira 9 kobo. I'm trying to find a way to come up again and maybe establish a presence above 3 naira, which is possible. But the supply is still a lot for Champs. 13.6 million offers versus just 5.8 million bids. WAPCO is getting some more attention. 128 naira per share. I hope that Oremos is fully loaded in that bus and didn't leave. Or am I mistaken? Was there a change? Well, we will find out. And then Aiko, I saw that Aiko was trying to recover from the sell-off that was going on last week. Aiko is now 2 naira 29 kobo, 10 million bids versus 11 million offers. Maybe 2 naira 22 or 2 naira 25 will take you, fetch you some Aiko at a reasonable price if you can get it at that point. Okay, I'm seeing a systematic sale of corn hull, or is it a systematic purchase? I don't know. Whichever way, the person has deliberately refused to key in 100,000 for the transaction. So I'm seeing 90,000 shares transaction for corn hull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 places where corn hull have been sold at 90,000 shares volume, and then other pieces of volumes like that, looking like 1 million shares of corn hull have just been bought, but carefully planned so it doesn't rise higher than and close at the buying price currently. Okay. Good morning, coach. Kindly recommend a stock to purchase with 1 million. I've done several of that. Please be informed. Mentions of stocks in this live stream are entirely my opinion and not financial advice. Do your due diligence and take your actions. Okay? What is the ticker symbol of NIO? Akudo Nyido. Exactly what you have spelled there. NIO. Which stock is good to go for in Naira? I've mentioned several. Fidelity, First Bank. I was going to mention UACN, not knowing it has left 54 and now 60. Dangote Cement is still okay, but for so many people it may be heavy. Well, it's a matter of time before we know. Aradel is still there if you haven't gotten, especially stocks that are have not really moved in the course of this recent rally. Those are the kind of stocks to go for. By the way, supply for TIP continues to increase more than the demand. Currently, TIP is 1611. Someone has sold down heavily again, and bids are now just 541,000 versus 2.3 million offers. So the drop for TIP is happening already, as expected. How long it will last, we do not know. But looking at the supply versus demand, it looks like this one will last a bit. Sir, I have 2 million that I want to invest with. Recommend the app I should use and the best stocks to buy, please. Please, please, please. If you are just coming into the stock market, I'd like to remind everybody that the stock market is not a get-rich-quick scheme. All right? You've got to come in patiently and learn. If you don't learn, you get your fingers burnt. By that time, you may come and say, I said buy this and buy that. Please go for knowledge first. That's why my YouTube channel is there. That's why the Net Worth Investors Club is also there. So you can be grounded. The market is not running. Opportunities will keep coming. We are here to find them out and share. Okay? First thing is to understand how the market works. Send me a DM and say, I'm new. Show me how to go about it. I have beginner guide videos that will help you to understand what's really happening with the market. That's how we operate in Net Worth Investors Club because Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of our time, is still alive. He said, risk comes from not knowing what you are doing. So if you don't know how the market operates and you just jump in with money, then you're going to eventually be taking too much of a risk that will backfire. The best thing to do is to stay grounded, take some foundational knowledge, join the group, watch discussions, ask questions. I've come to realize that this is the way that people can really be eased into the stock market, even if you know nothing about it from the scratch. It's just like getting into a business that you have no idea with all the money you have because you have capital. You will lose everything. It's the same thing. So it's not peculiar to stocks. If you want to go into real estate, for instance, you must find a way to get sufficient knowledge about how it works and operates. Otherwise, you get your fingers burnt as well. So it doesn't matter what aspect of life. Go for knowledge first. And we're trying our best to make this knowledge resources and avenues, channels available. For instance, apart from coming on live here on a daily basis, because of the live transmission going on with trading on the floor of the exchange, there is also an opportunity to join us on our Net Worth Investors Club. My YouTube channel is there, downloading or uploading every day's live video for those in Canada and the US who, due to time difference, may not be able to join us because they are still asleep. And then, of course, those who are at work anywhere else in the world that cannot really find the time to concentrate to get the information being shared. Then you go ahead in your leisure time, free time, either download or listen and play the uploaded videos on YouTube. So we are here to supply you as much information as possible and equip your investment decision making, right? So that's what we do. And then we are now doing physical sessions. Port Harcourt has just concluded their elections. Leaders have emerged, 7 of them forming the ESCO that will organize our live meeting that I will appear physically, and we will continue to, that will be a fantastic meet and greet and investment summit. We need to hear a lot of things that cannot be shared during the live session. We need physical contact because we are not here to run away. Something worked for me that I've been working with for 27 years. And that's the passion I have to share with as many people. So if we can come together to organize ourselves, we can meet at various locations. In Net Worth Investors Club, we have subgroups, Lagos subgroup, Abuja subgroup, and so on. Time will not permit me to go too deep into this, but gradually we are making our mark, establishing our footprints, and this is actually a wealth movement. If you are interested, then feel free to join at any time. Just follow me on Instagram, send me a DM. I will send you the link to join. I looked through my records and saw that while we were on on WhatsApp, before we moved from WhatsApp to Discord, I was recommending a stock like CVNA. Google it or search it out with any app you are using as you are listening to me. CVNA, February 2023. I recommended it. It was a swing trade recommendation, and it was at $17 per share. At some point again, I spoke about it. It had set up a double bottom chart pattern, and therefore it was going to leap further. Then it now went to 18. A few months after, July 2023, that stock jumped to $48. And then I checked and saw, as at yesterday, CVNA is over $300. Just imagine, for instance, let me do the maths. In fact, I will check for CVNA. If wherever you are, just type CVNA and check on whatever you use. Kavana closed yesterday at $332 per share. So imagine you knew me and you were following, because there are still people who have been following me from WhatsApp, Net Worth Investors Club, when we were on WhatsApp. So imagine that you bought CVNA even at 48. Forget about when it was 17 in February 2023. By July 2023, that same year, it was 48. Let's say you put in $1,000 and bought CVNA at $48 per share. That would have fetched you 20.8 CVNA. Assume you just bought only 20 pieces of CVNA at yesterday's or Friday's price of $332, your $1,000 is now worth $6,640. Usually people easily throw in $1,000. So let's just use that. $6,000 in just 2 years. Now imagine if you bought as much as $5,000 worth of CVNA. Even if you did it progressively, you saw that it got to 48, you bought, you saw that it got to 70, you bought, and so on. Right? So, money is here to be made if you can apply wisdom. Well, we've gone far way past the 1 o'clock mark, and the lines will now be open. Atlas is also in the house. If you have concerns for us to maximize the time, I will advise us to put down your concerns on the comment section, and then Atlas will be on hand to respond. I know I referred some people who were coming to my inbox to complain about their registration with Atlas and all that. So I invited you to come so Atlas can respond. So feel free to put in your comments. Coach, can I buy more First Holdco? Absolutely, as long as you are staying for the long term. If you are not following me, you are losing money. You can see what is happening here, what other people charge all sorts for, and I do not blame them, because you have to pay for services. So if you find it available for free, you better act fast, because you never know how long it will last. Can we still buy VFD and Jais Bank? VFD will need a lot of patience, and who knows, this may be the lowest price you will find VFD. It may stay long there, but when it moves, you'll be amazed. In fact, when the second quarter result comes out, I do not expect it to remain at 13. Excuse me. Okay? Keep the calls coming in right now. The lines are now open. JD Food. After JD Food, Silver Big. After Silver Big, Agatha Ricketts. Hello. Okay, I will call Atlas to come in and respond to you on this matter. Just hang on. And then I'll try to see how I can improve the sound as well, so that we'll have a nice time talking on call. Hello, Atlas. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Coach. I'll read the comment section, please.
Okay, perhaps Atlas is busy. So what you can do for us, just go ahead on the comment section, drop your full names, JD Food, drop your full names so they can act on your concerns. Is that fine?
No problem. I did that last time also, but that's because I've not received anything. That's why I'm back here again. But I can still drop my full name just in case.
It's in order, no problems.
Yes, you can provide a name on air just so that let me just check.
Okay, can you mention your name so she can check? JD, are you there?
Yes, I've just sent it.
All right. Okay, so TikTok participants, do you think the volume is better now as I have this lapel mic on? Please indicate if that's the case. Okay, Atlas, my name is Onazi Philomena or Hiama. Okay, Atlas will respond to that also. If you have any concerns, it's time to start typing it in for Atlas to respond. Thank you.
Okay, Mrs. Benson, you can check your name. In 1 minute, you should get. No problem, I'll do that. Thank you so much, because I've been itching to start saving. All right, no problem, to start investing.
I can hear from the sound of your voice how itchy you are to start. and start you will. Thank you. All right.
I will. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Okay, Silver Big, you are next. TikTok family, confirm that the sound is better now.
Hello, Coach.
Good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Success. I'm calling you from Abuja, Nigeria.
Success from Abuja. Thank you for joining. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I want to seek an advice.
Okay.
I have intention of investing $1 million plus. I want to buy like UBA 15,000, then Fidelity 10,000, then Jais 20,000. So I said, let me find out from you. Is it okay like that? You know, other stocks keep coming up. Those ones, are they okay to go for like that, or you have a better advice?
You have how much?
It's $1 million plus. Just $1 million naira 20,000.
Mention the stocks again you just called. Fortunately, we lost him there, but I'll save you time. Can you hear me?
Hello, sir. Hello.
Just buy Fidelity, leave the rest. Full stop.
Hello, sir.
Just buy Fidelity and go to bed.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay, somebody please type it on the comment section for him. Forget about that much diversification with 1 million. Just buy Fidelity and go to bed. You qualify for the interim dividend coming in October this year, and the final dividend also. So this is also a lesson for us not to over diversify. When you over diversify like that, you do not see the real power of the growth of your investment. Stay in one stock. 1 million, you don't need to scatter it all over the place. So I hope he gets that. All right. All the people I was mentioning are all off. So we go on to Oyinlola Olamide. He was supposed to be the third person to be called in. He said, buy Fidelity and go to bed. Thank you. Hello. Good afternoon. Your name and where you're streaming from.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Olamide.
Okay.
I'm streaming from Ibadan, Nigeria.
Midday from Ibadan. Go ahead.
I want to thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Coach, for all the advice and all that you've been doing. So just to go straight to the point, I've been following the stocks you've been recommending, at least based on your advice so far, and I've been investing in them. That's the Nigerian stocks around Fidelity, First Holdco, USCM. So now I've been doing a lot of research around US stocks, and I don't know if based on what I've seen, I saw energy transfer, I saw Valco, I saw OXSG. So I don't know if those are good stocks to go into buy now, because they look small for me to buy at $3, $5, $17, and all of that.
One major drawback for penny stocks is that penny stocks will punish you if there is a decline in the market.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you, sir. I can hear you now.
Please go away from the noise. Let's maximize the time. Call the first stock you mentioned.
I mentioned Valco.
Ticker symbol. Just give me ticker symbols.
Ticker symbol. What do you mean by ticker symbol? Sorry.
Tesla's ticker symbol is TSLA. Valco's ticker symbol is what?
This is VAALCO.
It's not looking great.
Okay. How about XSG.
Hold on, I'm talking about stock price movements so far. Are you looking at long-term investing?
Looking at around 1 year plus 1 year, 2 years.
Well, the 1 year chart shows, oh my God, we can't cope with this. You can't be on the road and you are really, really messing with the sound system here. Please, if you call in and you are in a noisy place, we cannot entertain that. Apologies for that. Able God, you are next. So if you can hear me from where you are, 1 year chart is showing this stock lost 48% of its value the last 1 year, 16% of its value from January till date, 11% of its value all lost 6 months ago, but the revenue is looking okay, $478 million, net income $57 million, so it could just have a long-term prospect unless something else is wrong with it. Otherwise, the financials are looking good, and they're going to be releasing their second quarter results August 7th, right? So, may not be a bad stock, but the historical price movement has not been very, very fantastic and encouraging. So if you have a very long-term view, well, that's fine, because the 5-year chart is showing me 224% profit if you bought in 5 years ago. By the way, 2022 May, it was as high as over $8 per share. But currently, it's at $3.76. Okay, that's the much I can take regarding that. I hope you got that. The other caller I was trying to bring up also got lost. Okay, we have 3 more callers standing by. Prosper Kome. After Prosper, we will hear from Patrick Onori, and after Patrick, we will go on to Nafisa. Hello, Prosper, are you there? Make sure you are not in a noisy place or you lose your place on the phone. Hello.
Yeah, hello, coach. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Okay, my name is Prosper. I'm calling from Abuja.
Prosper from Abuja.
I want to make an inquiry. First of all, I want to appreciate you for your the direction you've actually given us in making decisions. Okay, but I just have a question to ask. Tips at 16 naira, is it a good buy?
We are waiting for it to pull back. And if you are taking a very long-term position, it's good. But from what I'm seeing, bid and offers that was no sentiments attached, just 216,000 bids versus 2.3 million offers. It means the sellers are now under serious pressure to sell and get out before the price crashes, because it's been on a steady rise. And we all know the stock market never moves on a straight line. If you understand that principle, you won't be in too much of a hurry. And it's not as though they are paying any interim dividend anytime soon. There's nothing like that. So you want to wait to see how low it goes this week, particularly with the offers piling up as we speak. In fact, while your call came in, I didn't want to interrupt you. It was, in fact, as we speak now, it's 15.75. 15 naira 75 kobo. So anybody who rushed and bought at 17 this morning, it's a problem, because you feel so bad that you are losing 2 naira in 1 day per share already on a stock that was a high flyer. That's why we teach people here, don't pursue after a flying stock. But you know, without guidance, anybody can make mistakes. So we're waiting to see how it drops. You can't rise from 13 and then just boom, 18, 20. No, it doesn't work that way. There has to be a pullback, because a lot of trading funds are involved and they want to collect their money before the stock price drops. All right. Thank you very much. Patrick Onori is next. Good afternoon, sir. Please go ahead, tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Yes, my name is Patrick Honore and I'm calling you from Warri, Delta State.
Patrick from Warri, we appreciate your presence.
Yes, I really want to appreciate you for all you've been doing, for this selfless job you've been doing. God will continue to bless you in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
I met you on the 2nd of July. I've been seeing you on TikTok, but I never really paid attention. I'll just speak over. But that day, I didn't really know what happened. I had to, let me see what's going on. And I was blown away. Immediately, I invested about $300 and 300,000 naira on some of the stocks that you made mention of.
Okay.
Fidelity, UB, and all that. And seeing the rise of my portfolio is so amazing. So I want to ask, I really want to go all out on, I'm the lover of, bank shares. I really want to go all out on Fidelity, UBA, Zenith, and First Bank. So out of these four stocks that I just made mention, these shares I made mention, I really want you to advise me on what to really, go out in for.
Well. There are banks with serious growth potentials locked up in them. Fidelity, First Bank, UBA, solid potentials locked up in them. That's all I can say. If you want to go for all four and you have sufficient resources, fly in.
Thank you very, very much, sir. I really appreciate it. God bless you. You have a nice day, sir.
Thank you. God bless you too.
Welcome.
Nafisa Alhaja is in the building. When Alhaja speaks, everybody pays attention. Hello, good afternoon, Alhaja. She laughs.
Good afternoon, sir. And good afternoon, everybody listening.
Thank you very much. Tell us where you're streaming from, please.
Okay, my name is Nafisa. I'm streaming from Lagos, Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Nafisa. Please go ahead.
Okay. I have one question. I have a testimony, and
Wow.
I have maybe a word of encouragement.
Wow. Please
Yeah.
go ahead. We are all ears.
Let me start with the question. The question is, if I want to buy into a company that is about to list to the NGX, what are some of the things that I'm supposed to be looking at? Like if I have an opportunity, maybe somebody want to list his company and maybe call me to buy shares, buy into the company before he lists it onto the NGX. So what are some of the things that I need to be looking up to, like the risks and the advantage and the disadvantage before I go in?
Hold on. A private company is looking forward to getting listed on the stock exchange, and they're asking you to come and participate by buying their shares before listing. So, in other words, that term is called private placement. When a company wants to do listing before, get some more shareholders on board before they get listed, it's private placement. They meet you privately and they market the stocks to you. What you should look for is the fundamentals of the company, both on paper and physically, what is on ground. The kind of business they do, are they in alignment with your own personal principles that you stand for? And then, do they have existing offices? What are the prospects? You need details, because at that point, you are going to be a shareholder, and so they must open up their financial reports to you. You will now check, financial reports is in three parts. There is cash flow, there is revenue, balance sheet, and all of those things. They will tell you what they want you to know, but you need to satisfy yourself. You will ask for the audited accounts, very important. Usually, audited accounts is supposed to come from external auditor, not them, management accounts. They can furnish you with management account, but that's not enough. If they want to be very transparent, they should be able to tell you, give you details of an audited account that was done by an independent audit firm, stating the actual financial position of the company. So if you are satisfied with all of that and you see prospects in the company, we don't even know whether the company will be listed yet or not, whether they will get approval of the stock exchange or not. But first things first, you want to defend your capital. So you will put in all the due diligence to see that the company is in good footing and the management are doing a good job before you buy. So that whether or not they get listing approval, your investment is not in vain, because it's not about the attraction of being listed. It's first about performing. If the company is not doing well, even if you get invested and they get listed, the market punishes it, your capital will, suffer. But by and large, as long as the company is doing well, whether or not it gets listing approval, you know that there's business going on at the end of the year. They will give you whatever should be your due in terms of profit sharing. So that's my take on that.
Okay, I think that is quite understood. Thank you so much for that response.
Thank you. So what's the testimony? Because we won't leave you to go like that. You are sounding as if you are done.
Okay, all right. Let me go with the testimony first before the word of advice or maybe encouragement. Okay, the testimony is this. I was on this live that day. I just came partially. I came while somebody was asking a question about Prisco, the Prisco deadline of their qualifying date. So unfortunately, that was the day that Prisco, it was the qualified date. So, and I sold my name, because I knew it was going to pull back. I sold it. The money was in my account. So I was like, okay. I calculated their dividend, 42 naira. That was a lot of money. Like, I said, okay. I've not done that before. That was the first time I would do such a thing. So, though it was a blessing in disguise at the end of it.
Okay.
So I said, okay, what I was going to do was, I wanted to withdraw the money that day, but I actually wanted to withdraw the money that day. But when I just heard that person asking that question, I said, okay, I'm 42 naira. Maybe I should just collect that. I want to change my phone. Let me just collect that dividend and then use the money to change my phone.
Awesome.
Maybe the next day or 2 days after that, I will sell it back and collect my money.
Okay.
So I went ahead and I bought. And unfortunately for me, the next day, Prisco was nowhere. There was no way I can sell, because if I sell, I was losing money.
Okay.
It went down. That was when the period it went down to. I bought at 1,275 at 68 naira.
Okay.
That was the total calculation. So the next day, it went down to it was going down to till 1,200, even less than 1,200. In fact, I was feeling bad. I cannot even tell anybody. I was like, God, what did I do? And the money I put there is not a small money. If you just lose maybe 5 naira or 10 naira, it's a
lot.
Huge amount of money. It's a lot. I was like, okay, I will just keep the money. I started asking questions, and some people said, and we are also saying it on the live here too, that it's a very good Frisco is good. You keep talking about it, and I began to get encouraged, like I can leave the money there and look for another money, because I wanted to re-enter Nimet when you retrace. So I was waiting, and at the end of the day, now today Frisco is 1,550.
1,550.
When was the qualified date? I can't remember. When was the qualified date, sir?
Qualification date for Fresco qualification date, was it not 28th of last month or something? Or was it 8th of this month?
I think it was on the 19th or so.
Okay.
This month, I think last month or thereabout. Because I know it's not up to a month I bought that
Fresco.
stock. So the testimony that is coming, as I speak to you, I was actually looking for what the dividend. I calculated the dividend. If I buy it, I will have 1 point something as the dividend. So now, as I left the So
Neat.
sometimes it happens, it's just like a coincidence. I did not plan for it, actually. So why I'm coming and mentioning this is sometimes people will be like, why is Elijah mentioning it? I want to use it to encourage others. Because this alone, what I'm mentioning right now, it will make somebody to like take this stock serious. And seriously, stock is a serious business.
Serious
I don't know
business.
whether it's just working for me, but it is a serious and a very good business that you need clean money. Now, for the word of encouragement, for the word of advice or encouragement, it pains me, my heart bleeds when I hear that people are coming and cloning you to on this page where we are giving testimonies all the time. There's no day you come on live and people don't give testimony. And somebody is here sitting and listening just to clone you at the end of the day to scam somebody. I don't know. It's like sometimes I sit down and I think maybe some people were meant to be poor for the rest of their life.
Absolutely, that's it.
Because if you are that smart, the only thing you have to, I know for somebody to do that kind of a thing, the person must have scammed other people to use that money and pray to your creator to forgive you for what you have done in the past. Use the money and invest it here and make clean money.
Neat.
Not going to be scamming other people. It brings
Other
someone
people's
down.
sweat.
It is us on them. Honestly. Because there's money in stock if you know what you are doing. There's money. Imagine within a month I've made clean 10 million naira.
Neat. No fighting.
Somebody's listening
No
now,
stealing.
he's taking money and giving. Somebody's listening to me and all he's planning is to clone coach so that he will scam somebody.
He will come to your DM.
Imagine. He will be thinking that how am I going to do to hack this Alaja account so that I will scam her? Look for the way you make your own money. There's free money in stock, please.
Oh my God, this is awesome.
This is what I actually have.
Fantastic, fantastic advice, fantastic feedback.
I don't have your number. I need to bless you. They need to go to your page has been bounced.
Wow, wonderful.
I want to get you. I don't know. Maybe I will get your number. I don't know how I will get your number so that I can connect with you.
Nafisa the Great, never mind.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And God bless everybody here.
Thank you so much.
Everybody. We are going to make this money together.
Hallelujah.
If you have that mindset of scamming people, stop it. It is not the best. Thank you so much. I appreciate Coach.
Nafisa is very angry with his karma today. Thank you very much, Nafisa. I need to highlight the fact that she did not only succeed in changing her phone without struggle. That move, that calculated move, even though it first appeared like a bad move, has rewarded her handsomely. You see how interesting, and that's why I keep saying the stock market is not a get-rich-quick scheme. She said it, but it rewards us sometimes faster than we expect. Congratulations, Nafisa. You are a pillar in this community, and I'm sure every time you want to speak, people sit up and listen. And today, you must have added to somebody's life, including anybody who has been planning to scam. I'm sure they have learned a lesson from you here, and they will change for the better. Thank you very much, Nafisa. If you don't know, this is an Alaja. Most of you don't know. Alaja is taking her time to invest. When you see her going to Medina, you will think there's no other. Everybody finds a way to make their money. And then when it's time to use it, they enjoy this life. Then you now go and use your talent to steal. You are heaping curses on yourself. Please, everybody listen. Anybody who comes into your DM pretending to be me is a thief. Run away from them. I won't come to your DM in the first place, right? Unless you make an inquiry first and see my response. And that's why I keep saying I don't refollow you because I want you to be protected. If I follow you back, it makes it worse because they use the exact, I've changed my DP already across all board. But you know what? They've gone, collected it again, and continue their evil act. If I follow you, you will not know that I am not the one who is talking to you at that point. That's why it is for your safety that I don't follow you back, so that you can be able to quickly detect if somebody comes in, because that's their plan. They will come into your DM pretending to be me and then start trying to lure you into downloading an app or whatever to swindle you. Please stay on guard. And that's why the Net Worth Investors Club link does not come from anywhere else except me. It has to genuinely come from somebody who is really interested, and then I will give to you. And then even if I send it to you, there comes a time it expires. Sometimes a lot of people I send the link to, it expires before they even use it. It is for the cyber security and protection of members of the club. So by all means, we take measures to protect you. And that's why it's also a do-it-yourself club. Nobody should tell you to bring money that they will invest for you. We don't invest for nobody. You follow instructions from a distance, open your account yourself, ask any questions you have openly in the group. You will get responses, sincere and genuine responses. You go ahead and do what you have to do. All you need to do, send me a DM on Instagram. If you send DM on TikTok or anywhere else, it will be difficult for me to respond because I need time to continue to do research to deal with these things. Thank you very much as we stay safe from all those wicked ones. But as we make progress, we go on to the next caller. Chuka Ogbonna, thank you so much. Nafisa, once again, you are a big encouragement, and I'm sure some people's spirits are lifted. Within 1 month, she makes 10 million clean. I told you we'll make money this year, didn't I? All right. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from. Please, can you speak up so the microphone can pick up your voice? Thank you very much. Chika, go ahead. Thank you, sir.
So moving forward, my interest is in Atlas. About more than a month ago, I applied for a member transfer from Afrinvest. So, and then we filled some forms. After a while, I dropped them again. Nothing has happened. So I sent them a mail. There was no response. Next, I'm trying to follow up with what they're doing on the process. Since I saw them online, I said, come and ask.
All right. Hello, Atlas. Can you respond to Chuka Ogbonna? Excuse me.
Yeah, Coach, Mr. Ogbonna. For internet transfers from Livestream, it's actually it's been something else. It's been something. I'm not saying what it is. It's something else, and we're not finding it easy. We're trying our best to follow the request for one thing or the other. We provide, and it's not actually easy. I understand. Not easy releasing an account to move from a broker, but you have a choice to do that. So I would also advise if you can send them a mail to get the account approved. We have account numbers that we've been tracking here and there. Otherwise, another option I give to some customers is you can do more of your business with Atlas and probably own to do stocks there. But sometimes you might want to probably have them in one store so that can have a proper monitoring. But it has not been easy with Afrinvest. It has not been easy.
All right, sir.
Is it advisable to sell down and transfer?
Well, I wouldn't want to say yes. It depends on, I don't know, the stocks can be good for the members. So selling them, coming back to retake position, I don't know how palatable it can be. Probably coach can advise.
Okay, thank you very much, Atlas. Sir, if you are really frustrated and you feel you want to be done, then that's the best thing to do. Sell off and reinvest. Take position elsewhere or in the same stocks, especially if the stock price your entry price previously is not too much and too low compared to what those stocks are for now. That's my take, because even selling on such platforms can also be very terrible in terms of getting it done as quickly as you want. So if you really want to just be done with that kind of headache, it's better to just sell off and refocus on where it's working, so you are sure you are dealing with one house. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, sir. Okay, Leon John. What are your thoughts on Access? The numbers is looking good. Hello. All right, we can continue with background noises. Next is Gracias.
Hi, Coach.
Good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Ade. I'm calling from Poland.
Ade from Poland. It's good to have you. Go ahead.
Thanks for it. I really appreciate it, Coach. Actually, I've been watching your live when I joined. I make sure I came to it around June, which was last month, and you gave me some stocks to buy, which are Fossilco and some other stocks, and which has been fantastically doing well. And also introduced to some of my friends, which they have keyed into it. I really appreciate it, but
Thank you.
I know the profit I've made. It's more than $1 million just on Fossilco alone.
Awesome.
So thanks a lot. I have some questions regarding NIDF.
Okay.
Even 118 and it's dropped to 113. And it's a lot, you know, every like 1 naira on shares or 2 naira on the big shares that you buy, it's a lot. So I've seen a lot of loss on that NIDF. What can I do about that, please? It's now 113.
All right. Very easy. NIDF, solid, stable. What you do, average down. Very neat. Have no fear whatsoever. In fact, see it as an opportunity to buy more cheaper. In the end, your average entry price drops from whatever you bought it at, that 118. If you buy more now, it means it drops from 118 to around 116 or even 115, depending on the volume you buy. There's a way to force down the price to 113 now, because eventually, over time, NIDF will rise. By the way, it gives you dividend every 3 months.
Okay.
So you could also fund this averaging down from the dividends you receive.
Okay. One last question. Also, what would you advise? Which stocks can I average on, like short term for now, like more than 20 or 30 million for now? Just 2 stocks, because I have some stocks already you mentioned.
If you do not, let's see. Let me go back to the board and see what's going on there. If you have first hold, okay, you already have first hold call.
I have Fosco, Oldco, I have Chance, I have Rangel, I have others also.
Do you have any FMCG stock?
I have Cadbury, I have Unilever.
Oh, great. 2 top choices. Fantastic. They must be doing you good money now. Okay. Let's see. Dangote Sugar, do you have?
No, I didn't at all.
Strategically take position long term in Dangote Sugar.
Okay.
Things have turned around. The market seems to be under rating that stock based on 6 months results instead of considering it quarter by quarter. Anything around 58 and under is a good long-term position.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much.
Very much, Coach.
All right, Chomilicious, you've been patient. It's your turn. Hello. Good afternoon. She's very glad from the tone of her voice. All right.
I just want to say thank you and thank you and thank you and thank you. But knowing you, I don't know how to say, but knowing you has changed my life.
Awesome.
You know, I didn't even know that somebody can buy stock from the floor. I thought it's only when they are doing shop public offer that you can buy share. But
Good. Awesome.
now, I look at my portfolio now. Look at me that don't have anything to lie. It's all plain.
Woo! Congratulations.
So
Awesome.
you are God sent.
Hmm.
I am in fact, most of my friends, my colleagues in the office, they don't rest for me again. Talking about stock.
Awesome.
Even school, right? Listen to them every day. And most of them now are keen into it.
Awesome.
They didn't even know. So you're making money and you not tell us. I said I'm making money. I'm making money. I just want to say thank you.
Thank you so much.
You said you make it.
Wow.
Tell me what you are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And you have a supporter there already. Nafisa is also congratulating you. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Women supporting women. It's okay. Congrats, Chomilicious. Never mind. We will soon get it done. We will first do the in-house Lagos subgroup elections. And once everything is clear, we will get it done. But we want to test run with Port Harcourt first. So Lagos is always the biggest. Up till now, Lagos commands the biggest number in terms of subgroup levels. And so I'm sure Lagos is going to bang. Never mind. We'll have it. Thank you very much. All right. You see, we try to deepen the investment acumen of fellow Nigerians so they don't have to struggle the struggles of our parents. Most of our parents didn't know about this. And now that we do, we want to share it to as many as possible. And most of us are already passing it down to our children. So we wipe out poverty, financial struggles from our entire lineage. That's what this group is all about. We have just 2 minutes left. I will still take one call. Who is that lucky caller now? Okonkwo. She has been standing by there. So let's have Okonkwo come in and wrap up today's session. Interestingly, I'm seeing Fidelity at 20 naira 95 kobo, even less than 21. Interesting stuff. Very good afternoon to you, ma'am. Please go ahead with your name and where you're calling from. Lagos again. Thank you very much, ma. Go ahead. Okay. Wow, wonderful. No, Presco. Presco. Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Absolutely. Absolutely. No problems. We'll get it done. Thank you. God bless you too. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2 p.m. already. Thank you very much once again, Mrs. Okonkwo, for bringing it to our knowledge that these people are relentless, and we will keep saying it. You will not find any victim here anymore. You are too dumb for what you are doing. You better change before thunder strikes you from heaven. I'm serious. You will be amazed what happens to you if you keep coming to look for innocent people to deal with fraudulently deal with, you will suffer in your generation if you are not careful. Well, for everybody else, there's nothing else they can do. They are so dumb, they have only one method of stealing. And they will talk to you to the point where they will ask you to, they will send account details. The account details they are sending is the name of an individual. Who does that? Which stockbroking firm or app requests for payment into an individual account? They are so dumb. Please, everyone, stay safe. We are here to help you grow your money and not to lose it. Don't ever lower your guard. Stay vigilant. If you see anybody come into your DM using my photo or DP, whatever, please report them to whatever platform that you are in. Thank you very much, everybody. This is the much we can take. Tomorrow again, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time, we go ahead. At the end of this live session, 5 minutes after, the entire video is available on my YouTube channel. Please, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, it's all free. Please go ahead and subscribe for free. Until we meet again tomorrow, I want to thank Atlas Portfolios and everybody who has been a part of this, liking, sharing, and giving gifts. You are simply amazing. And for everybody who has come to share their own experience,